Hi, Verbling. I hope you're all having a great day today. My name is Lauren, and this is I guess, intermediate or advanced class. Any intermediate or advanced student is welcome to this class. We will be practicing job interviews today. So if you have already come to one of my classes on job interviews, I have prepared additional questions that you have not seen before. So this should be fun for everyone. Even if you don't think you will be applying for a job anytime soon, this is still really good practice to talk about yourself and basically for any kind of conversation. So it's also a general speaking class. So I have a few students. As always, Alpha was #1 in the Hangout. Hi, Alpha. And hello, Andre.
Hi.
Hi.
Again.
So you had a bad connection last time.
Yes, my connection dropped.
Oh, that's okay. I'm glad you're here now.
Me too.
Yay.
Yay.
And and welcome as well to Chow. Hi, Chow.
Hi, how is it going?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Hello.
Great. Oh, and hello to Roger. How are you today, Roger?
Hello, Lauren. I'm fine.
Great. Great. And welcome back to Issa. Issa or Issa? I think it's Issa. Issa, are you there? Issa, sometimes you are on, sometimes when you join a Hangout, you are on silent or mute, Issa. So make sure you're not on mute. There will be a little red button here at the top of your screen if you're on mute, okay, Issa? So Issa, is there a red button here? If there is a red button, click on it and it will not be red anymore. This will take you off silent. I'll give you a moment. Oh,
sorry, I have another voice. That's
it's okay. I'm glad you're here now.
Oh, okay. I'm coming back, but I have another sound in my computer. That's why.
That's okay, Issa. Just close your Verbling windows. Close the Verbling windows, Issa. Here, I'm typing to you in the chat, Issa. That's happened to all of us before. So Chow, I just wanted to thank you very much for what you were talking about China last class. Everything you talked about. I had some students send me messages on Facebook saying they found that class very interesting, and one of them said, I enjoyed what the Chinese student had to say about economics.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I thought, oh my gosh. And then, of course, you're here. I just checked it an hour and a half ago. So that's great.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah. And welcome to Amr. Hello, Amr. Oh, Amr normally takes a little... Oh, are you there? Amr, we can't hear you very well. Try again. Oh, I'm so sorry, but we can't hear you very well. We can hear you only a little bit. But let's give you a minute, okay? We'll give you a minute for your Hangout to load, and then we'll try talking to you again. Okay. Welcome to Abdullah. Abdullah, I haven't seen you in maybe a whole week. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Great, great. Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Likewise. That's a good thing. We should teach the class. When do you say likewise? It's very polite, very nice, very sophisticated thing to say. When do you say that?
Well, it's just a short form instead of saying me too or more polite than that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily that me too is not polite. It's very polite, but it's just like a sophisticated way to say me too. So let's say I said, Lily, I'm so glad to see you here.
Thank you.
Hopefully, Lily thinks it's nice to see me too.
Yes, of course.
And Lily, you can say likewise.
Likewise. Okay. How do you write this? How do you spell it?
But with it sound like.
Yeah, I, and then I as well. So
Like-
this is a good example, Andre, of when this rule does not work. So we've got
Yeah.
I between two consonants twice in that word. Likewise, right? Both times they sound like I, not if. That's good from last class. This time the rule is an exception, or this word is an exception. We don't apply the rule. But good I. Likewise. Likewise, you say this to say, I feel the same way. Yeah. Okay, great. And Isa, is your sound a little better now?
Yes.
It's better now?
Yep.
Great, great. And welcome to Lourdes. How do I say your name? Lourdes?
Lourdes, I think.
Oh, sorry. I'm not sure how to say your name. Vidal? Oh, I can't hear you. It might be that you are on mute. So look up here on your screen.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Lourdes Vidal.
How do I say your name again? Can you say your name one more time? Oh, I can't hear you anymore. Can you try saying your name one more time? I'm so sorry, Miss Vidal. I can't hear you any. Oh.
You hear me? Lourdes?
Lores? Lores? Or Lores? How do I say it? Can you say it slowly?
Okay. I think the connection is not good right now. Yeah, I think the connection is not good right now here.
Oh, now
Yes.
it's better though. Now we can hear you very well.
Yes,
Oh,
or
now
you can call me Sofia. It's my second name.
Sophia is your second name. Okay, maybe I'll say Sophia because that's easier for me. Okay. Sophia, if you have bad connection, maybe turn your camera off. I love to see your face, but sometimes the internet is better when you turn your camera off. Okay? So if you have problems, otherwise keep it on. We love to see your face.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, and Rogert, I just want to tell you the only reason I was turning you on mute is because we were hearing sounds. So try to make no sound, and if you are making sound, just put yourself on mute. Okay?
Okay, I understand.
Great, great. I think we've said hello to everyone. Let me make sure. Okay, Amr, how are you feeling now? How's the connection? Try talking to me. Oh, poor Amr. Amr, I'm very sorry, but we can't hear you at all anymore. So if you are able to contribute, just tell me and keep talking, and I'll let you know when we can hear you. Okay, so let's get started. We're doing job interviews today. Can everyone tell me who has already been to a job interview class with me, other than Andre? Has anyone else been to a class with me before for job interviews?
No.
No. Okay, great.
Me.
Oh, Lily, you have.
Yes, I have.
Lily.
Yes.
Okay, great. So Lily and Andre, and for anyone else, on the link that I have here, which I put it in the chat, And I'm putting it in this chat as well. And poor Alpha for some to write in the other chat anymore. So hopefully you're answering all the questions and asking your questions in the Google chat. So okay, I have some advanced questions at the end that I will offer to any of you who want to try the advanced questions, and also for Andre and Lily, who have already been to some of my interview classes and they want something more challenging. So I'm going to ask all of you, do you want regular questions, which are very good questions, or do you want advanced questions, which are kind of difficult? Okay? Okay. Welcome to Alexei. Hello, Alexei. Oh, he's just coming, sitting down. Okay. I'm just getting my, I'm trying to screen share my job interviews document. But I don't know if my screen share is going to be nice to me today. Okay, here we go. I'm very sorry to Andre and Lily. This will be a little bit repetitive for the first 5 minutes. Okay, so job interview questions. Here is a list of potential questions that you may encounter in everyday conversations. So this is still good even if you're not applying for jobs. But you will definitely be asked some of these questions in a job interview. All students should turn off their microphones when they are not speaking and practice answering each question out loud as I ask them to other students. Okay, so that way you can think, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I could answer that. And then you can ask me, teacher, how do I answer that question? Okay? Okay, here are some common questions. Common questions, when you go into an interview, they will just say, how are you doing today? Okay? When they ask you this, you do not say, okay, or I'm fine, because this means, this means like, I'm okay, or I'm fine. This is not the best way. The best way would be to say, I'm great. How are you doing? Always ask them, how are you doing? And always say, you're great. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. Okay? Even if you just had the worst day of your life, you're great. Okay? You're in a good mood. Okay. And hello to Alexei. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I just reposted the link for you in case you didn't get it. It's right over here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ooh, what was that? What did you say?
Thank you.
Oh, it's music to my ears. Alexei is doing the TH sound like a pro now. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. So then I have, where are you from? This is something, tell me about yourself. Where are you from? And what brings you to Canada or the USA or England? These are questions that any employer who speaks English might ask you. When someone says, tell me about yourself, you can talk about a few things. You can talk about your education. You can talk about your job experience. But especially, this is your moment to talk about your personality. Okay? On your resume, you are not, there is nowhere on your resume that says, I am a very hard worker. I am very efficient. I love working with people. I get along with all people. There's nowhere on your resume that says that. So when you sit down to an interview and someone says, Chow, tell me about yourself. Chow, what are you going to say? Tell me about yourself.
So I'm an undergraduate and majoring in economics, and I have no work experience yet, and I'm very passionate about my work, and I'm productive and effective. So should I talk about my weakness at this time?
Your what?
Weakness at this time. If
Your,
the employer.
what did you say? Your what? Your wake?
weakness.
Weaknesses.
Yes, weaknesses. If the employer didn't ask me, should I point it?
So Andre, what advice do you want to give? Because Andre was at my last class.
After this question, is the moment to sell your fish, you know? It's a kind of a personal marketing in this moment.
Exactly, Chow. Chow, this moment, you're perfect. Okay?
Okay.
We have an expression. We say, you are God's gift to the world. God gave you to the world as a gift. You're perfect. Okay?
Yes, I say.
So, good question. Now, I was going to talk about this later, but this is a good question that Chow raised. When an employer asks you, tell me, do you have any weaknesses? Remember that your worst weakness will not get you the job. So don't tell them your actual worst weakness. For example, if you show up late all the time to work, this is not something that you want to tell an employer, okay? A good, bad quality, okay? When an employer says, what would you say is your worst quality? First, let me ask Lily if she remembers. What did I say in my last class? What's a good, bad quality?
Sorry?
If I say, Lily, what are some of your bad qualities in a job interview? What's a good one to talk about? That's okay. That's okay. Andre, do you remember?
You need to lie?
Well, I mean, sort of. Really, okay, for example, a good, bad quality to say would be, you know, Chow, you could say, I'm so passionate about my work that sometimes I don't know when to stop and I overwork myself. I just get so excited about it that sometimes I can sacrifice sleep. But truthfully, it's just because I want to be as efficient as possible and I like to accomplish a lot in my days. So I'm hoping in the future I will learn how to balance that. But for now, I think that I overwork myself sometimes.
Yes, and I think the weaknesses you bring to the employers can be viewed as the good points as for the companies.
Exactly.
That is a smart way to show off your weaknesses.
Yes, because you know what, Chow? Imagine you say, Lauren, I'm thinking about hiring you as a verbaling teacher. Tell me about some of your bad qualities. I could say, well, you know what? Or tell me about yourself. And I say, I'm very friendly. I love people. But I'm always late for work. And sometimes I fight with other employees. And immediately you're going to forget my good qualities. You're going to forget them. You're going to say, wait, she has these qualities that I don't like, and those are up here for me. All of the good things I forget. So never say something really bad about yourself because you want to be honest. Because honesty is good, yes, but in a job interview, no one wants to know your worst qualities.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, good question, Chow. If someone says, tell me about yourself, remember, that is your moment, like Andre said, you're selling yourself. You're going to sell yourself like you are in a box. These are all of the features to this wonderful product, which is me.
Yeah. Personal marketing.
Personal marketing, he's calling it. That's a perfect word.
I want to share something.
Yes, Roger.
Well, when I was to interview, I have this mistake. Oh, I made this mistake to say my weakness. So that is the reason that I'm not working with these enterprises.
Oh.
Yes, was a good lesson.
Thank you for sharing that, Roger. So Roger just saying that he actually told them his worst quality and then they didn't hire him. and then now he's saying, you know, it was a good lesson. It was a lesson, we say, expression time. It was a lesson learned the hard way. This
was
is a
almost
lesson learned the easy way because I'm telling you the lesson so you will not make a mistake. But poor Roger learned the hard way, and he told the employers, what was your worst quality? Can you tell us?
well, that I feel fear talk with old people. Yes, I feel intimidated. Something like that. Well, was the
you felt intimidated by people who were older than you.
yes, that's one. Okay.
Oh, I understand. Absolutely. That's something that an employer would think, well, even if you have the best education and the best training, if you're intimidated by people who are older than you, I don't want you. It doesn't matter all of the good qualities, right?
Okay. But now I am working now in another enterprise. I learned about this hard lesson.
Yeah, which is good, Roger. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad. But that's an example. That's an example of why, you know, be very careful. And I would suggest all of you remember, your worst quality is that you work too hard, okay?
Okay.
Everyone memorize that. You're all, you know, I work so hard. It's such a bad burden. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to continue and then quickly, and then I'm going to give everyone 4 or 5 minutes to talk, and I will interview you, okay? While I'm reading out these questions, I'd like you to think of which job you would actually apply to. Oh, and I just want to say hello, Rem. Welcome to the class, Rem.
Hello, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So we've got these general questions. Then we have, what kind of training or education do you have? This means, tell me your exact education. And let me give you an example. Do not say it like this. I have 4 years of bachelor's degree. Learn your degree now. Learn how to say your degree. So when someone says, what degree do you have? You're ready. I have a 4-year bachelor's honors degree in chemistry, whatever it is, but learn it so it's at the tip of your tongue. You're not afraid to start speaking. Okay?
Okay.
What was your question, Rem?
No.
No question?
Nothing.
Okay.
No question.
Great. So that's my number one. Right now, you must know how to say your education. And if you don't know, ask me when I go to interview you. I'll just continue this. Okay. How did you learn how to speak English? This might be just so that they can hear you speak. Maybe they just want to hear you speak. So just know how to talk about that. I learned English because when I was younger, I took it in school for 13 years, as an example. How do you feel about your English proficiency? How well do you speak English? Now remember, okay, in my other class, a student said, I feel okay about my English. It could be better. Don't know. All of you, you say, I feel very good about my English proficiency. Yep, I feel like I could communicate with anyone perfectly. Okay? Remember, you have confidence in your English. Okay? Okay. And let's continue. How would your coworkers describe you? This is an important one because you don't want to. You want to think about this question before you come to the interview. They might ask you about your work experience. Well, they probably will. They'll say, "Tell me about your work history." Work history. The different places that you worked at. What were your duties there? What were the things you did there? Did you stand at a desk? Were you the receptionist? Did you teach new employees how to do their job? And then, what was your greatest accomplishment there? What would you say, did you leave an impression on the company? Think of something really good that you did. You made a difference there. And then finally, many people ask you, what was your greatest failure? What was your greatest failure? Now with this question, you can be sort of, you can be honest about it. But the important thing, when you talk about your failure, you must talk about what you learned. What did you learn from your failure? Did you just fail? Or did you fail and then think, this is how I'm going to do things differently next time? So don't just say, I think I failed because I didn't make good relationships with my clients, with the people who came to see me. I didn't make very good relationships with them. And that was bad because I did not do my job as well because they did not feel comfortable with me. I really learned from that experience, and at my next job, I was very personable. I made sure I made very good relationships with my clients. This shows that you can look at yourself, understand when you were wrong, and then you can learn from it. So this is good. Describe a mistake. Think of this beforehand. What mistake did I make in my life, in my career, and how did I learn from it? How did I make this bad thing into a good thing? Very important. This is something you can think of beforehand again.
I have a question.
Yes, Chao.
So, if the failure was caused by others, should I emphasize it too much?
Do you want to give me an example?
So if I lost money in the business, but because my coworkers his mistakes, but it also a small part is my mistakes. So, but the major part is because of him. So when I was asked this failure, should I to put the reasons to my coworker, or just say it is also my fault, I should learn from it, I should keep.
That's a good question, Chao. And you know what? A good thing to talk about could be when my coworker was making a mistake. My failure was that I didn't step in and make sure this wasn't happening. And I regret not taking leadership. I regret not taking leadership because I knew that a problem was going to happen. And then the problem did happen. And from this I learned that I became much more confident taking leadership in work positions because I knew that I would rather be the boss than watch things not work out. You know what I mean? So turn this bad experience, maybe he messed up, but how is that your failure? Well, you didn't help the situation. And now you've learned how to help situations.
I understand.
Good, good. Always turn anything bad you say in an interview, you have to turn it around. This thing was bad, but I turned it into a positive. Okay. Now we have, why should I hire you? I mean, this is something that you have to be prepared to say. Many employers, they will look at you in the eyes and they will say, you know, I have 15 people who applied for this job. Why should I hire you? Has to be prepared to have a lot of confidence. And I think I asked Andre this question last time, and Andre, your answer was amazing. He just said, well, Andre, why don't you give us a sample answer? What would you say if I said, Andre, you're trying to get hired for a computer technician job, and why should I hire you? I have 15 people who applied for this job. Why should I hire you?
Because I'm gonna help the company achieve their goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because this you need to hire me.
But what did you say about yourself? You talked about yourself. Why would you be the best employee for me to hire?
Because I have a lot of background, and I know how to lead with people, and I like to work with my coworkers because I have a great spirit of team.
Great, exactly. I loved what you said there. Teamwork. I always talk about teamwork. I work really well in a group. but I'm also good at taking leadership. Really good thing to talk about. I know I'm talking a lot here, so I just want everyone to know that I will go over time a little bit to make sure that everyone has at least 4 minutes in the interview. Okay, so don't worry. Does anyone have to get to a class quickly right after this one? No? Okay,
No.
good. Okay, let's continue. So that's one. Definitely prepare for this question, okay? What is one of your weaknesses? We already talked about that. Also be able to talk about your strengths, right? Chao was saying, you know, my strength is that I'm very efficient. I'm very efficient and very focused. That's a really good one. Then we have this one, which is describe an experience in which you were not sure how to handle it. One that you were not sure what to do. What did you do to overcome this obstacle? These are things employers do. They just give you a scenario, give you a situation, and you tell them how you dealt with it in the past. Okay, and then have you ever had difficulty working with a boss or manager? I have to be honest, this one, never say you ever had a problem with a manager or a boss. Because even if your manager or boss was horrible, they were the worst person you've ever met, your new boss doesn't know who that boss is. They don't know that your boss was the worst. And if you say, I hated my old boss, he was horrible, he was unfair, they might think, well, I have you, but then the other person who I interviewed, they said they always got along with their bosses. And I want the person who is easiest to get along with. So I think I'm going to hire the other guy. So this is something that you don't want to say you've ever had a problem with a boss, even if you have. Okay, next one. These are advanced questions. So if there's anyone who wants to answer an advanced question, I want you to say, I would like to answer advanced question number 1 or advanced question number 2, okay? I'll just read them out loud quickly. This is what somebody might say to you, okay? Number 1, we have all worked with people who do not pull their weight in the job. To pull your weight means to do your duty, to do the same amount of work as everyone else. I'm just putting this here. Tell me about a time a coworker wasn't doing his or her fair share of the work. What did you do and what was the outcome? So somebody wasn't doing their job. What did you do? How did you help that situation? Did you take leadership? Did you talk to your boss? Did you talk to that person? Did you try to get them fired? What did you do? Number 2, if you were in charge, so let's say you want to be a manager. If you were in charge of a group of employees in a leadership position, how would you handle an issue with an employee? What would be the reasons you would fire someone, and how would you do so? So that's a hard question if you want to be a manager. And number 3, tell me about a time you did not work well with a supervisor. How did you handle this? Again, this is something if you really want to talk about a bad experience that had a good outcome, then you, for example, that person got fired and you became the supervisor, that might be a good story to tell, but otherwise maybe not a good one. Okay, and number 4, describe a time that you failed and how did it shape you as a person? Maybe in the workplace or maybe just in your life. And number 4, what historical figure, which means historical person, like Abraham Lincoln or Obama or whoever, any actor, any famous person, Gandhi, anyone, do you admire most and why? So this is an interesting one. Not many interviews will ask that. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay, so that last one about the famous, what famous person do you admire most and why? This would be like something that you might get in 1 out of every 10 interviews, so it's not very common. Okay, let's start with our interviews, okay? I'm gonna start with Abdullah. Okay, Abdullah, are you ready?
Okay.
And Abdullah, what kind of job might you apply for?
As an assistant?
Assistant what?
Office assistant.
Office assistant. Great, great. So hello, Abdullah. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Tell me about your education.
Well, after my A-levels, I did a training course as a multilingual assistant. My duties were to do business correspondence with English and Spanish customers. So I have learned how to do English correspondence and Spanish correspondence.
Wow.
Yeah. And after my training course, I went to the United Kingdom and did my bachelor in administration, business, and marketing.
Interesting. So how do you feel about your fluency in English?
Well, I do believe that I have good comment in English.
Great. And like, do you think you could communicate with a native English speaker easily?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great, Abdullah. Great. And what about Spanish?
I have a smattering of Spanish, but I'm developing it, so I'm working on it.
Great. Oh, so you're learning Spanish now?
No, I'm improving it because
okay.
I was approximately 1 year in United Kingdom in order to do my bachelor, so maybe I forgot how to speak and how to write in Spanish, but as I said, I'm improving it. Yeah.
Great. And Abdullah, I'm just going to interrupt our interview for a second. In that question, you can say, I'm a very fast learner, and if this job requires me to learn Spanish, I am confident I could pick it up like that very easily.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Great, Abdullah. So, and how did you learn English? How many years have you been studying English for?
I have been studying English for 14 years.
Excellent. Wow. Great. And do you want me to ask you an advanced question, or do you want regular questions?
I would prefer regular questions.
No, that's good. That's good. It's your first time in one of these classes. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just wondering, what do you think was your greatest accomplishment at your last job?
My greatest accomplishment was I had to deal with some foreign customers. They came from Spain and from America, and we had dinner together, and my job was to entertain them. Can I say that? Yeah. Can
Absolutely.
I say entertain? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Entertain? Okay, good.
Absolutely. You can say entertain like when you're on stage in a theater, like entertain, woo, sing, dance. But the other word entertain means you entertain your guests.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. You have them for dinner, you take them out, you show them around the city. Yeah. Great. So you really enjoyed that experience then, taking out your clients and being very friendly with them.
Yeah, it was. I had a really good experience. Yeah.
Excellent, great. So I just wanted to let you know I have about 38 people who applied for this job. That's a lot of people. Why? What is it about you that you think sets you apart from the rest of those people? Why should I hire you instead of one of them?
Well, apart from the other candidates, you should hire me because of my, not only because of my working experiences, but also of my educational educational
Qualifications.
qualifications. Thank you. I know how to deal with customers. I know how to do business correspondence. I know how to oh dear. Oh, I get nervous.
I know. Oh my gosh, Abdullah, don't be. I can tell you're nervous because normally you're like da 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 da.
Oh, blame me.
That's
well,
okay.
I know the cultural differences. I know that your company has lots of foreign clients, and I also know that you send your office assistants abroad in order to do business with them. So I will have no difficulties with that.
Great, thank you. Okay, well, we'll call you if you get the job then, okay?
I'm looking forward to.
Great, thank you. We'll see you later. Okay, so Abdullah, I pretended we were on the phone.
Yeah.
I want to say, now you learned something in this class. You get very nervous. You do, and that's okay. This means you have to practice. If you're ever in this situation that you're going to apply, don't just go into the interview. You have to practice saying these things out loud. Right?
Yeah, you caught me off guard. That's a problem.
I know. That's okay. Right? That's why I gave you the list of questions. So make sure you save those questions and practice them, okay? Also, normally I say, do you have any questions for me? And I'm not going to ask everyone this time because we don't have a lot of time today. Yeah. But normally I would ask all of you, okay, great, and do you have questions for me? This is what every employer asks you. Do you have any questions for me? And you will always look much better if you go home first and you research the company and you ask them questions about the company. Okay, for example, I see that you started in 1963, but you didn't start doing international business until 2010. Why is that? Why did you spend so much time waiting to outsource to other countries? I mean, that just shows that you've researched the company. They want to know you've researched the company, okay? But I'm not going to ask you all this right now because you couldn't possibly know any research because I'm not a real company. Okay. Thank you, Abdullah.
You're welcome.
Now you can breathe.
Finally.
Okay, great.
Abdullah.
And I just want to let all the viewers and everyone know I can't see the chat anymore. I can only see it on the Verbling website. So I'm very sorry, but I can't be responding in the chat for now. Okay, let's move on to Alexei. So Alexei, what kind of job would you be applying for?
I want to give my answer in time to another student.
That's okay. We can do that, absolutely.
Because we have a few of time, and the main reason is because I'm a very bad example for another people. I'm very bad because during all my interviews in the past, I always was honest. I'm very honest person, and I
Do you
can.
always get the job?
Yes.
Good.
It was never any interview which I didn't get success.
That's amazing. You know what? Okay, fine. I will let you skip your chance this time, Alexei, but I have a project for you. Okay? I want you to write like a paragraph right now in the chat. Give everyone all of your advice in English. Because if you have always been successful, your strategies are maybe different than my strategies, and I want to hear all of them. So practice writing. Okay? You've got some time. Practice writing. And put it all in the chat. Everyone wants to know, how are you so successful, okay?
I'm not absolutely serious because my my strategy is a little crazy. For example,
we want to know. We love crazy.
My last job interview, it was great job, really great job. it's hard to difficult to explain in English for me, but I will try. In the end of interview, I said to my interviewer, yes, person who interviews me, please, Alexander, can you ask me some questions, because it is not normal that all the interview I am asking you. Do you understand?
Absolutely. And then he said, what did he say? I don't have any questions anymore.
Something like that.
That's okay. Listen, really, Alexei, I want you to practice writing all about this. Practice writing and explain that interview. Explain what happened in that interview. Re-explain what you just told me. You're practicing your English, you're practicing writing, and I think everyone right now is thinking, what is your secret? So we want to know, so share, okay? Thank you, Alexei. Alpha, are you there? Alpha. Oh, I see you're typing in the chat. You said yes, please. Okay, Alpha, here. I want you to answer all of the next questions I'm asking to Amp or Andre, and I want you to answer them in the Google chat, okay? Okay.
There is an echo.
I know, I'm hearing an echo too. Oh, it's coming from Alexei. Alexei, I'm very sorry. I'm probably going to mute you. I don't know why it's happening. Thank you. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're there. Great. So, I'm going to ask you, first off, tell me about your education.
I graduated from Faculty of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Accounting department.
Great. And what about your job experience? Do you have any job experience? Do you have any experience working? Any training? Oh, poor Amber. Amber, we can't hear you anymore. Okay, Amber, I'm going to go on to Andre for now, okay? I'm very sorry. Okay, Amber, I feel so bad, but for some reason your connection keeps coming in and out. So, Andre.
Hi.
Hi. Andre, do you want an advanced question?
No? Yes, maybe. Go ahead.
Okay, is there any of the not advanced questions that you want to try, that you didn't try last time?
Okay.
Is there any?
I need to pick up, to pick one?
Yeah.
Let's see. The 3.
Number 3. And is that the advanced question?
Yes. Tell me about a time you did not work well with a supervisor.
Great. So, Andre, you're applying for a computer technician job, correct?
Yes.
Great. Tell me about a time that you didn't get along with a supervisor. What happened? What did you do? How did you solve that problem?
Yes. We had a kind of a problem with my last supervisor because in my consciousness, I think that the knowledge needs to be shared with people. But my last boss didn't like to share his knowledge.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, and it's like he had the power, and if I needed to ask to him something, he didn't pay attention about my problem. And if I needed to ask a guidance or a solution to him, he forgot my necessity. And after, he asked me, Andre, why did you give it to me your results? But I replied for him. But I said to you, I had a problem. to do my job because my other coworker, my another coworker, didn't help to me. So I need a little problem to solve, and I need your help. And after we had a business meeting, and after that the problem was solved.
Great. Oh, so you had a meeting with your supervisor.
Yes.
And you and another employee spoke to him about your problem.
Exactly. And after that, we found a solution for both parts.
And did everything work out well after that? Was your supervisor more of a better communicator?
Yes, he changed a little because I think it's a little difficult to people change very fast. But the first step was given.
Great, great. Okay, excellent answer, Andre. So I'm gonna go over why that was such a good answer, everyone. Andre's supervisor was clearly not being a very good supervisor. So it's easy in that situation for him to be honest, right? He didn't just say, I didn't like my last supervisor, he was very mean. He said, specifically, he wasn't sharing information, and anyone in the world knows that's a problem. Your boss has to train you and help you. That's why they're your boss. So good, that's really good. And then the fact that you said we spoke to him about it and we solved the problem, that's really important too, because we see, even if Andre had a problem, at least he's willing to talk about it, open communication, and fix the problem. And it's amazing that his boss actually started being better after that, because that shows that Andre is not aggressive when he talks to people about problems. That shows that he must be kind enough and he must have good social skills and good communication skills. Do you understand what I mean by that? Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Great, Andre. Any other questions that you'd like to look at? We have maybe another minute.
It's good.
You think you're good? Okay, great. Great, Andre. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Chow,
Yes.
I can ask you some general questions. Did you want regular questions or did you want any advanced?
Just regular question.
Sure. So can you tell me, well, I know you've already told me about your education in another class, so I'm going to give you other practice. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Myself, could I just say what I'm the job I'm applying for?
Oh, of course. Oopsies.
Yes. So based on my knowledge, I don't think I'm eligible for my dream job. So could I just apply for an assistant teacher in university?
Absolutely. Like a TA.
Yes, TA.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go for it.
So the question is,
tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm an undergraduate student majoring economics, and I used to have a experience, TA experience on the internet for a professor at Illinois University. So I helped him to organize the discussion forum and give the feedback for the students and help them for the technical and the question about the course itself and solve some economic problem. So, and I am very passionate about teaching. I think teaching is also a process of learning, and I'm hardworking, and I could concentrate about my job, and I think I can do it very well.
Great, excellent, excellent. And I just want to say quickly, because I forgot to say it about the others, sometimes in an interview, we all do this, and I am the worst for this. When someone asks us a question, we think, I have to say as much as I possibly can. It's best to keep things short and precise, just like Chow did. He said, this. He didn't go around and say, and I'm really passionate about my job, and I'm really efficient, and I'm really passionate about what I'm learning, and I really love to learn, and I'm a very good worker, and I love chemistry. And, you know, he didn't go around in a circle. He was very like this. Done. You know, just answer the question.
You just highlight the point.
Yeah, exactly. Just highlight the points. Exactly. Great. Have you ever had, I'd like you to tell me about one of your weaknesses. What is a weakness that you have? What would you say is your greatest weakness?
I think sometimes I work too hard and I just can't stop my job. And so I think I should balance between my personal life and my work. I think it is my big weaknesses.
Yeah, it's such a burden.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just looking for another question for you. I know that you said you don't have any experience in your field right now. But what would you say if you become my teacher's assistant? What qualities exactly set you apart from all of the 20 other people who want this job?
Okay, I think from the mental side, I'm very passionate about it. And secondly, I have a depth knowledge on computer science, so I could build some program for our course or to solve some technique problem about it. That is, I think, one of my strengths.
Great, great. How do you work in a team?
Yes, and at my previous experience, we are a group about 9 people, and we communicate with each other and try to find a best way to solve the problem. So yes, and I love it. I love the atmosphere.
You like the group atmosphere?
Yes.
Oh, am I on mute?
Now it's
Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent, great. Okay, and one more quick question. How do you feel about if I ever need you to, let's say, communicate with English people from Canada or the United States as my teaching assistant? Let's say I need you to communicate messages to my colleagues. Would you feel confident to do that?
Yes, actually I'm confident with my English. I think I could communicate with the native English people, and based on my previous experience, I'm working is a English environment, so I used to communicate with the English people. So I think I could handle it.
Excellent, excellent. And I want to say, excellent job, Chao, at answering those questions. You were I could tell you were like, I could go on and keep talking, but you were like, well, no, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. That's good. One suggestion I have for you about your speaking, focus on your TH sounds, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just like Alexei, instead of saying, I'm comfortable with my English skills, you want to say with.
With.
Exactly.
Yes.
Focus on those sounds, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, and let's move on to Lily. And before I move on to Lily, I'm just going to let everyone know, I'm going back and forth right now, looking on the Verbling page because I can see the chat there, and I can see that Alexei, you wrote a whole paragraph there, and it's excellent. And I'm looking at it. I'm seeing very good grammar so far, and excellent, great work. If anyone needs to leave who has already been interviewed, that's no problem. I just put my information in the chat there, my Verbling information and my Facebook. Please like my Facebook page and send me messages or write on my wall. If you have any suggestions for classes, I always teach what students want to know. In fact, this is inspired by Andre, this class, because last class was so popular. This one is the second one because he wanted job interviews. So whatever you want, just tell me and I teach it, okay? Okay, Lily. Lily and then Roger. Okay. So Lily, Lily, do you want advanced questions or no?
No.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And would you like, what kind of job are you applying for?
I'm applying for teacher.
Teacher.
Yeah.
English teacher?
No, in a elementary school.
Elementary school. Great,
Yes.
great. Okay, so Lily, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So Lily, tell me about your education.
So I have my human sciences degrees, and I have my degrees on for teaching since 10 years, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I taught in my country. I was teacher,
Mm-hmm.
but I was I leave my job because I'm moving here.
Great, great. Okay, and Lily, tell me about how you work in a group. How do you work in a group?
Oh, I love working with group and communicate with other and ask them their idea and to add our idea become one thing and listening to each other.
Lily, vocabulary word. I'm putting it in the chat, but I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm writing because my chat's all messed up. But okay, Lily.
Yes.
Collaboration.
Collaboration. Okay.
Means collaboration is when people come together, they work together for one cause.
Okay.
That's what you're saying. You're describing collaboration. I love to collaborate with others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Great. So you like working in a group. That's really good because if you're teaching, you will be working in a group. What would you say was your greatest accomplishment as a teacher?
Oh, my greatest accomplishment as a teacher was I am sociable, and my students are like my children, and every parents are happy that I'm the teacher that I teach their children because they changed compartment. I don't know how to explain how to say that. For example, before to have my class, the student was very I don't know how to
very low level.
Very low, and they don't listen to well.
Mm-hmm.
They just talk at each other and don't listen to other people, something like this.
They did not behave well. Bad behavior.
Yes, but after have the class with me, they understand what do they do, so they become a great person. They have a great personality.
Oh, that's beautiful. Lily, I love that answer. That's a really good answer. I love that.
Thank you.
You're going to make me cry. Would you say, what would you say if you had to pick out your greatest failure? What would you say that was?
I don't understand the question.
What was your greatest failure in your work?
My
failure.
Failure?
Something you did not do well with. Did you make a mistake? And if so, how did you learn from your mistake?
Okay. My failure, I think I have the idea in my head, but I don't have how to. My failure is that I'm very friendly with my students, so they become so much
attached.
Yeah, attached to me.
Attached to you.
Yes, yes.
Like from their hearts.
And
attached.
yes, and sometimes between, for example, between parents and children, there's always some disagreements, and they take me like as their parents sometimes, and then sometimes they don't listen to me because I always joking or something like this, and they love that, and like that they understand the thing easily, but sometimes they take something as a joke, so it's not a good. Yeah, in one part it's a good idea, but in one part it's not good. That's my
good.
Yes.
Good. So Lily, I'm going to end this interview here, but I want to say great answer, because you turned it into like, my students think I'm so funny and so friendly that sometimes they don't listen to me. And like that's obviously not a very good quality, but at least it's something that the students love my personality so much that when I'm angry, they don't understand. So that's interesting, because it's like, it's not so bad because it's because your students love you so much that they don't understand when you're angry, right? So great. Thank you so much, Lily.
Thank you.
Okay, and let's get on to Roger. And before I get on to Roger, I just want to tell everyone, thank you so much for sticking in class. But if you need to leave, that's no problem, okay?
Okay.
Roger, what kind of job would you be applying to?
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
What kind of job would you be applying to?
Okay, I am a business administrator, so to be a manager, that is the job that I am looking for.
Okay, so manager for business administrator.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Roger, I'm just wondering, what kind of work experience do you have that has prepared you to be a manager?
Well, I was a practitioner in different enterprise, and I have the opportunity to work with logistics, marketing, and human talent, and learn about how to work with working team.
Okay, how do you think you work in a team?
That is important is soft competence that you have to develop, because everything is related with move people to achieve an objective. So for me, it's so important.
Great. And how do you think your
So
yeah? How do you think your
my headphones disconnected. Please, you could repeat me the question.
Sure. So how would you say your colleagues who work in a group with you, how would they describe you? How do your colleagues describe you?
Okay, they could you say I am a collaborative person, so entrepreneur, and focus on the achieve results, outcomes. Yes.
Great. Yep, you're focused to achieve outcomes. That's great. Great answer. Great. And do you think that your colleagues enjoy working with you?
Yes, because one of my strengths is that I like to listen others, to know another point of view, so the people feel with me more enjoy, more engagement, because they have the opportunity to participate. Yes, that is the reason that I think so. that I think that my partners enjoy work with me.
Excellent. Excellent. Great. Okay, so that's really good. All of your answers are really good so far. I'd just like to wonder a question about you. Why should I hire you specifically? Because I have a lot of people who want this job. What is it about maybe your personality or your qualifications? What is it about you and how you work that makes you a better choice for me?
Well, I'm focused in solve problems, so that is my main strength. If you have a problem, I give you a solution. So that is the reason that you have to hire me. Hear me? Okay, that is.
Yeah, that's really good. That's good. You can also talk about your personality even more. Like, this is your moment to say, you have looked at my resume, you know my experience, but maybe someone else has the same resume. So now what? Right?
Okay.
So you and Chow have the same resume. What do you say that will set you apart if you have the same experience and the same education? Now what?
Okay, did you ask me that what is that make me different from Cho?
Well, no, like what makes you different from anyone?
Okay.
If you have the same education and the same job experience, same everything, what is it about you, about Roger? What is it about you that makes you a better choice for the employer?
Well, I think that the more important is the human, to be more awareness that the other people have feelings, emotions, things to give you. So the reason that you have to choose me is that I can find the value in others to give up. Sorry.
No, you're doing really well with this one. Keep going.
To give to I don't know how to say this word.
You're saying you find the good in everyone. I find the good. I find the positives. Exactly. I find the positives in everyone.
Exactly.
That's really good, Roger.
Yes, that is.
That's really good. You can be more specific with that. You can say, I have worked with people where all of my other colleagues, they didn't like this person, but I really found the good in him. I saw that he was really good at organizing papers, and he was really friendly when I gave him that job. So I learned how to make my employees happy, and I saw their positives. I look at any person, and I don't care what they do, who they are, I see their positives. That's really good.
Okay.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm so sorry, everyone, but I have to go right now. This has been such an excellent class. I really like these job interview classes. If those of you who are in class or who are watching, if you really like this class, please message me on Facebook and I can do more of them to give you more practice. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Lauren, for your class.
You're so welcome. I hope that it was as helpful for you. Okay, everyone, I'll see you later. I'm teaching more classes tomorrow, so hope to see some of you there. Okay?